Hey guys, Andy here. I'm here to bring you all things Monday to makeup related. If that's your vibe, I'd love it if you would subscribe, be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, I am bringing you, it would be my March update, but it's also going to be my finale of the Revolving Door Project Pan. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the Beauty Bakerie Breakfast in Bed palette, which is what is on my eyes today, then let's go ahead and just get on into it. So, if this is the first time you're catching this video, this project was where I was taking palettes that I have used in my collection before, and I randomized them on a wheel to determine what palette I was using, and then I would create a couple looks. For a palette like this, I'm only doing one look because it's a 9-pan and I used every shade in my look today. For bigger palettes, I would do 2 to 3 looks, really just depended on the size of the palette. And then I would rank it on a grading scale that I took from Beauty and Beyond that I adjusted a little bit. The grading scale is based on cost, versatility, performance, and preference, and anything that got an 8 out of 16 or lower was an automatic declutter. So, as I said, this was the Beauty Bakerie Breakfast in Bed palette, which, to give you a proper view of her, I got this in a BoxyCharm eons ago, literally. I think I got this pre-divorce. I think this was before Ian. So this is at least a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old palette. Like, this is an old palette. My story with this palette, which I think I told when I pulled this in, was I had it. I think it's a very unique color story, like these cooler tones. I just think, in general, this is unique. But I never used it, so I decluttered it, gave it to a friend. But then I couldn't stop thinking about it, and thinking about it, and thinking about it, even though I had never used it. So I asked said friend, I was like, hey, have you used that palette? She said no. So I asked if I could have it back, and she said sure, and gave it back. And I've still never used it since. Except maybe once for like a shade or two, but I've never like sat down and slapped the whole palette on my eyes. When we swatched the palette, when we rolled it in, I felt like some of the shimmers had hard pan, which I feel like you can see that. So, but the mattes are buttery smooth and the shimmers still swatched nicely. So, for my look, we're going to go in the order of how I applied the shades, because I just find that easiest for me to talk about them. So I started with Forehead Kisses to set my lid, and it was fine. Didn't do anything crazy spectacular, but usually those shades don't. So it's fine. Then I went into Messy Hair, and I loved this shade. I put that all over my crease and my lid, and I think that that shade was beautiful. It blended great, gorgeous. Then I went into Lazy Baby, and oh my god, that shade had so much fallout, so much kick up, and it just like dusted away to nothing, no matter how many layers I tried to put on. So then I went into Yawning, which I wish was darker, because it's literally the same shade as this. It didn't give me any depth at all. So that was fun. I took Boo and a View on my lower lash line, which is a very beautiful sequin black. But it's like a soft black. It's not to the point where it's gray, but it is like a soft black. So then as far as shimmers go, on my very outer corner, I took Pajamas, which this, compared to the other 3, this is a satin. So I don't like it. I love the color of it. I don't like the formula. I wish it was the same as these 3. Then I went in with Cuddle Cakes on the middle of my lid, which is fine. I like the color. Then I took Fresh Face on my inner part of my lid. I think these two are too similar to need in the palette, personally. And then French Doors is on my inner corner, and I really like French Doors. It's like a purple gray, and I think that that shade's really pretty. Now, my thing is, so these, the mattes blended great, except for Lazy Baby was trash. Lazy Baby, awful. But these mattes blended great. I just wish this was darker. The sequin, great. I like a sequin shade. If you like a satin, it's a good satin, but I don't. These, they're nice shimmers. I think that they are impactful on the lid, but they're thick. They remind me of Juvia's Place shimmers, and I have found that I don't like that, so I do not like these. Even though I think overall the look turned out pretty. I do. But coveted with the fact that this palette is so old, it's time for it to go. So for cost, this originally, because I don't think you can get this anymore, was a $36 palette. So it got a 2 for cost. For versatility, I gave it a 1 because I don't think that this is versatile. You are literally going to get 1, maybe 2 looks out of this, but this is pretty much the color story and the look that you're going to get out of this palette. It is not versatile. For performance, I gave it a 2 because it is okay, especially for the age of this palette. It's okay. It's all right. And then for preference, I also gave it a 2 because it's usable, but it's just not... It's unique in my collection for a reason. It's not something that I'm gravitating towards or reaching for or anything. So, it got a 7 out of 16, so even if... It's a mandatory declutter regardless. So, that is the end of this palette. I'm saying goodbye to it. It is going to be leaving today. But the reason why I am ending this project, because we've done quite a few palettes, the rest of the palettes that are in my wheel, I have a bunch of ColourPop in here. I am doing those in a separate one. I have my Color Pan project pan. So I threw most of those back into that project. But I'm also just reorganizing and moving my ColourPop palettes around. So I don't want those in here. Also, if you see the green on my tongue, I had a Leprechaun Lucky Charms coffee earlier. Stained my tongue green. Just in case we're like, what's going on with that? The other palettes that were in here, I just had a couple that weren't ColourPop. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm calling this one done. I don't feel like I need to continue this. I have a plan in place for what I will be doing with my palettes as soon as I have worked through my pile of shame. But I did want to compare this to Buxom's Dolly's Wild Side, because I do feel like that is a very similar color story. So let's just see if I can easily show my lord. So I don't think I'll be missing out too much because I do think these are very similar. And I really do like this Buxom palette. So yeah, this one is going to go. It's going to be the end of this project for now. Well, probably, period, but who knows, I might bring it back in the future. But once I'm done with my pile of shame project pan and get through all of those, then we'll be moving on to something else. So, which I already have that in place. But I hope that that's okay. I hope that this was all right for you and that you enjoyed this project while I've had it on the channel. Let me know what you think of the look. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It is what it is. And that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.